well into 10,000 steps here. But just to get here today felt like a real battle. Showing up is half the battle is so true. And I experienced all of those symptoms today. I think some of this is also elevated for the fact that I have literally 3 business days left. 3 business days left before I'm no longer working for a corporation. So actively employed. And then as of next Monday, I will be proactively, quote unquote, unemployed. Obviously, it's not entirely true, is because I'm going to be in business for myself and then also entering into the gig entertainment world with my talent agency here in Las Vegas, Nevada. What that means is booked acting gigs. And that's also tough, but I am in a position to put in the work. Because if you don't go all in, when are you actually going to pull the trigger on really making your dreams into reality? And just because as of Monday I'm, technically living that dream life, it's by all means, it's not what it's cut out to be or dream-like feeling. You still have to put in the work. To live that dream, the work needs to be done. So step one for me was finding the courage to accepting the fact that this is my calling, but 2, following through with the decision that I've been putting up for over a decade, that I need to see this one through, because I'm a Gen X. I'm not getting any younger, even though I look way younger than my age. Time is now. And so I encourage you all that if you're in a position to do so, especially if you have a cushion, a nest egg, or anything of that kind that can allow you to take the calculated risk and put some strategy around your dreams, then go for it. That's exactly what I'm doing. There's no point in reaching 65 if you're lucky to live that long, right? And of course having a retirement fund, but you might not even be alive to enjoy that. So here I am, fighting that resistance, but also realizing that the more that resistance prevails, that just means you need to head right into that direction head on. Do not duck it, do not avoid it, do not escape it, do not put it off, because it somehow finds you. Look at me here, right? Had I pulled this trigger 10 years ago, it would have been a little bit different. Although 10 years ago, I wasn't this healthy. 10 years ago, I was drinking a lot of alcohol. I was partying a lot. I had really bad habits. I was never really obese, but I didn't look this chiseled or was this, in good of a shape. So maybe even my mindset wasn't right 10 years ago. Everything has a reason. The thing is that, at least in this lifetime, I get to decide how this story ends or doesn't end, or how it turns a corner, right? Because everything, there's a pro and a con, right, for your decisions. And so you have to kind of live with those decisions. See, what you don't want is the fact that you live with something that's in your subconscious mind that comes into fruition and shows up differently through other people living their lives and living their dreams and following through with their actions. Everything that I've done so far in these last 2 weeks since giving my notice has inspired a few of my coworkers. And I've had a few people, confiding in me that they wish that they could be in a similar position or do so. And some I think are, but some are just fearful because they don't know any other option than a 9 to 5. Honestly, folks, I don't have this figured out. I'm fighting a major resistance here. I had negative self-talk today. I had all these voices in my head saying, what if you fail? What if you fail? What if you fail? But let me tell you what the differentiator is here, is that I'm one of those people that don't have a quit in me. Even though I observe those thoughts, there's no way that my studio at home is built upon the principles and foundations of a Kobe Bryant mural decorated behind me as I speak there. And there's no way I'm going to say that, I give up. It's just the Mamba mentality has no space for that. Now, fear and doubt, that's part of the process, but so is obsession. Obsession is also part of the process. So you got to want it more. You got to I visualized this long before the decision came. Once again, I visualized this long before the decision came. The courage to make a decision took a while. It's a process. You have to tap into your inner self. It really tests you to your core, your foundation of what you're made of. Life-changing decisions often cause resistance. That means you need to make that decision. It doesn't matter what choice you make. You can't put it off. Staying in toxic situations in an environment that induces toxicity, stress, yes, that includes your job as well. You got to find a way out. There's got to be another way, and you have to find what's good for you. I'm not in a position to give you that advice, but you have to. This situation makes you really dig deep. Yes, you're going to cry in silence, right? You're going to feel torn, stuck, paralyzed at times. All the things I talk about in my other videos. Just know that you will make it out to the other side. And I think I need to do these types of videos and talk this through is because I'm documenting my journey and everything that's made me into who I am today. All the staples and pillars around my lifestyle that I live, which is intermittent fasting, walking, following a sound, solid nutrition plan to perform like an elite sometimes, even though I'm older, but I'm able to do some of these athletic feats based on my martial arts background. And I'm very blessed to be in this position. So this is to show you that not everything I do ends up with a, happy ending or a beautiful story at the end of the day. So it's not all fairy tales, folks. I am actually living proof in my own right that everyone has a ground zero. Just the other day, I posted on my story that I have a habit of spending a lot of time at ground zeros because it's in my ground zeros that I have become many heroes a lifetimes over, if that makes sense. I have done a lot with ground zero to become a hero, but I have built it all from scratch. One tile, one brick, one layer at a time, one foot at a time, one step at a time. So today, my resistance was dreading this walk. But that was also being compounded with, you can't do this. You're about to quit your job. You already gave your notice. You're going to fail. The negative self-talk, the negative self-sabotage, it all starts kicking in. And that's when you have to fight. And the way you fight to count your victories and count your wins is the simple act of accomplishing a task, as simple as walking. Now, you conquer 10,000 steps. A lot happens in those 10,000 steps. Your thought processes become clear. Your decision making is a lot better. Some of the best decisions of my life have come through walking. The only way to fight the resistance is to accept the resistance, observe the resistance, and then take action even while the resistance persists. And eventually, you break through, you break free. You break through, you break free through that resistance. That resistance is no one else other than what's inside you, that voice. Fight that, push past it. It's in the action of walking forward. Take those steps, take that walk, you'll feel a lot better, okay? On to the next one. Mamba out.